Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now? All right. Thank you so much for calling for this. All right. Thank you so much, Prophet Tabaka. Appreciate. So we're talking about ego versus chi. You know, as you join the live stream, please, if you're a new subscriber, subscribe to our channel. We want you to subscribe. We want you to subscribe. Yes, we beg you for your subscription. You know why? Because can you hear me now? Can you hear without the mic? Yeah, we have removed the microphone. Can you hear us now without that mic? Probably the mic is disturbing. Yeah, I have removed the mic. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we are talking about chi versus ego. Just like we say that a whole lot of people think that African spirituality, so many people think it's all about negativities. It's all about survival. It's all about trying to make it. All right, thank you very much. You can hear us right now. All right, so talking about chi versus ego. And we are saying if you're just joining us for the first time, we are calling you to give us a subscription and like the video, share the video for other people to get this information. We have decided to come live with teachings about Odinala system because a lot of things are going wrong. People think that so many things they are doing is actually Odinala. Why those things are not Odinala per se? All right? So be that as it may, we have explained that when you hear the word chi, it is not about onyowa or chiowa or your incarnator. The chi is about chiuku, the life essence in you, the divine spark you are. Everything in this universe has life. The trees, the animals, the human beings, the fish, the sun, the moon, the stars, the air you don't see, the earth, the waters. All this has life. And that life they have is the chi. That is the chiuku, the source, the supreme being. And when you put all of these life together, it becomes one life. And that one life is the almighty essence. And that is what we in Africa we refer as Osebolowa in Igbo cosmology. Osora. That Osora is in you, and that is the you. There is the real you and the fake you. Yes. There is the true you and the false you. And that's why we always want people to understand the reality of who they are. Your chi is your divine spark. That which no eyes, physical eyes can see, that is your chi. That is not made by man. That cannot be decided by man. That echoes the voice and reminds you that no one owns your chi. No one owns you. That you are sovereign. That you are autonomous. That you are independent. That no pastor, no prophet, no dibia, no reverend father, no reverend sister, no reverend anything owns you. That you are divine. All right? That is your chi. Your chi has to do with your higher intelligence. Your truth. Your reality. So while your ego is your fake identity, the voice that echoes survivor, the voice that wants to succeed, I want to make it, I want to do this, I want to approve myself, the voice that seeks validation. Whenever you're looking for validation, you want people to approve you, you want people to accept you, you want people to say, yes, what you're doing, it is right for you to do it. That is the ego speaking. The ego is always loud. The ego is always defensive. The ego always seeks for validation. If you want to do something, maybe your heart is telling you, yes, thank you, chi versus ego, thank you. Your heart is telling you that you should do this, and you know it's not against a man, it's not against a woman. But because it is not conventional, it is not what people accept. Probably people around you in your own circle does not accept such or does not approve such. They have their own way of life, or they have their religion, fanaticism, clouding their judgment. Because they don't approve you or they don't allow you, you will not do those things. You will not find yourself listening to that voice. You want validation of people. You want people to approve what you're to do before you do them. That is the ego speaking, not your chi. You see, most of the things you see going on today, the illusion of separation, I am Igbo. This one is Yoruba. This one is Hausa. This one is white. This one is black. This is about the ego speaking in human existence. That has nothing to do with your chi. The divine has no separation. Look at nature. You cannot see nature separating from its existence. Okay? You cannot see nature separating from existence. Every tree exists alongside other trees. Grasses exist alongside other grasses. Birds fly alongside other birds. Okay? Animals walk alongside other animals. But when it comes in human ecology, okay, you see human beings trying to, segregate and separate themselves, especially in the religious, factions. You see people separating from one another, separating from other people. These are ego speaking, ego taking upper hands. All right? So when your chi whispers, truth to you, the ego screams survivor. Your chi will tell you patience is key. Patience is a virtue. Humility is key. Your ego says no. Don't take that. You must survive. Whatever you have to do, you have to do. You must survive. Whenever you hear yourself talking about survivor, that is your fake person, your fake identity talking to you. Because you need no survivor. You already made. You already who you're meant to be. Okay? So, and that is why living from the ego always brings one into, uncertainty, confusion, procrastination, frustration, depression, and so on. Okay? So, the ego says, I must prove myself. Why the chi says, I am already whole. I need not to prove myself to anyone. I have nothing to prove to anybody. I am already who I am. I am already made. I am abundant. When others are saying things are not working, I know it's already working. That is the chi talking. But the ego will always want you to be afraid of the unknown. The ego will push you to becoming afraid of the unknown. The ego will want you to be afraid that you are not whole, you're not complete, you're not who you're supposed to be. That is the ego pushing you to do one or two in order to survive. But your chi echoes, I'm already whole. I am made. I am important. I'm good enough. I am lovable. I am peaceful. I am joyful. That is your ego bringing you peace. That is your chi bringing you peace. But your ego will always want to put you on tension. All right? The ego fights for position. The ego fights for what? Position. For recognition. For title. To be recognized, to be noticed. That is the ego striving. All right? Why your chi flows with the purpose of its existence, easily, effortlessly, calmly, gently. Your chi does not fight for position, for recognition, for survival, for validation. It is your ego that does that. It is the ego that does that. And that is why knowing yourself, living life with the harmony of your chi, in alignment with your chi, is the best way of living in this time-space reality. Because a whole lot of things are going on and people are pushing themselves more and more into things that are not supposed. It is your ego that will lead you to ritualism, killing your fellow person because you want to make money, you want to, doing all manner of charms and juju in order to make money, in order to come up so that you'll be noticed in the society, or so that people will recognize you because you have money. That is the ego seeking attention, seeking validation, seeking approval. Such a person is empty of who he or she is. Such a person is ignorant of who he or she is. You're now looking for, you want to use money in order to meet up, to mask your identity, to mask yourself so that you'll be recognized. So when you awaken and align with your chi, okay, you return to your original self. When you awaken and align with your chi, you return to your original self. Because there is your original before your fake. Before the world named you, you have been named. Before your parents call you a name, you already had a name. Before people noticed you, you are already noticed. Before people validate you, you have your self-validation already. Okay? So, you need to understand that when you awaken and align with your chi, you become free. You will start knowing what it means to live, to enjoy freedom. Awakening and aligning with your chi brings you to that place of freedom. You become free. You move from fear to clarity, from control to creation. You will no longer be looking for how to control this person, control that person, control your relationship, control your spouse, control this person, control you. Everything about control. You start creating. You start creating. You start coming from the place of creation. You start making things happen easily and effortlessly. You start affecting lives around you with your ways of life, with your ways of character, with your attitude. Because the chi lives itself out. It does not talk itself out. The ego talks itself out, but the chi lives itself out. The chi lives from inside out. But the ego will want the outside to be what tells the inside. But the chi makes the inside what will tell the outside. So when you align, when you awaken and align with your chi and return to your original self, what happens is you move from confusion to deep inner knowing. You move from confusion, not knowing what to do, not knowing how to go, not knowing, what is going to happen, to coming to the place of understanding, understanding, yourself, understanding your situation, understanding your environment, understanding your society, understanding the cosmos, understanding your root, understanding everything around you. Because this inner knowing that transcends the inner standing of life is key to one's evolution, is key to one's growth, spiritual growth, is key to one's manifestation of your true self. Because without the inner knowing, there can never be inner standing. Because it's when you have the inner knowing, you will now have the inner standing of life, and then you will outstand in life. So inner knowing plus inner standing equals outstanding in life. So this is the sacred part of chi sovereignty. Your chi sovereignty is when you have come to the place of, understanding the false identity in you and the true identity that you are. So return to your chi and watch your life transform. Return to your chi. Come out from the societal norms, the conventional approaches, and come into your real self. Everything about you is here. The universe you see around you is here. So your chi is key to your living. Your chi is key to your living. Your chi is key to everything that you do. And in Igbo cosmology, we have what we call Ikenga, which is like, it's just as the right hand and the left hand of your chi. Because talking about the wisdom and the energy to manifest that wisdom. So the Ikenga is the will power, the will force of your chi to manifest the wisdom, the idea, the inspiration, that it carries. So everything is in your chi. Your chi is the whole system of your beingness, but has different parts that fix into it. Just as the supreme being, the source, the almighty, is the whole system of life, of creation, but also have different parts that fits into it. The animal parts, the plant parts, the human parts, the elemental parts of the sun, the moon, the stars, the air, the waters, the earth. All these are parts in the same system. Okay? So, the chi versus ego is a core that you need to come into in order to have your self mastery. Master your ego and become aware of your chi. Come into the place of awareness of your chi and then master your ego. Let your ego support your chi purpose. Let your ego align with the purpose of your chi. And you can achieve this by awakening to who you are, aligning with your chi, and coming to that place of your original self. That's why we echo, return to your chi, for no one owns your chi. Return to your chi, for no one owns your chi. Return to your chi, for no one owns your chi. So at this juncture, if you're just joining for the first time, a new subscriber, subscribe to this channel, like this video, send us a comment, write in the comment section down below, no one owns my chi. No one owns my chi. I return to my chi here and now. Write in that comment section, no one owns my chi. I return to my chi here and now. Write that in the comment section down below. So right now, if you have any question, bring up your question so that we can answer to that based on chi versus ego. If you have any question, type your question in the comment section down below so that we can read out your question and then go on. Yes, Pastor Baka, No one owns my chi. Yes, I return to my chi here and now. That's great. You return to your chi. No one owns your chi. No pastor, no system, no government, nobody. You see, you are your chi, and your chi is you. So if you have any question regarding to this teaching, then send your question so that we can attend to that. We will be bringing a whole lot of teachings under chi sovereignty. We'll be coming live, and we'll be sending video creations as well. Why are some people still using the physical? Is that energy or effort and pouring blood on it? Physical, what is that? Is that physical figure? Why are some people still using the physical figure? Is that physical figure? Or what is that? And pouring blood on it. Can you just retype that question? Okay, thank you. Yes. You see, thank you so much, Prophet Abaka, for this question. You see, most of the things that many people are doing in Odinala system today is still certain persons who are still practicing the, Omenala of Ogazi. Ogazi were the age or the era when some of our forefathers, were in ignorance, when the human face entirely were in ignorance of who they are. When man moved away from Ogaka and Ogachi and is now no longer in alignment with his or her chi, is now following certain processes in order to reconnect and come back to the real self, the original self. And that is why at this Ogamu that we are, this age of Ogamu that we are, such practices of status, because every human being is the real statue for his or her chi. Yes. Your chi have chosen a statue for itself. And you, the body, the physical body, is the true statue for your true chi. So, during the days of Ogazi, the forefathers were using status in order to make as a point of concentration, as a portal, in order to connect with their guides and their ancestors, because there is a loss of original identity. The real self has been lost. The man, the woman do no longer know that in this body lives the divine. The divinity lives here. And now things that the divinity is far away. And now things that the divinity is no longer with him, with her. That the divinity is far. And that is why the religion, even the religion that were brought into Africa, still pushes their mind away from themselves. By presenting statues, though they don't pour blood on them, but yet such statues are still pushing the minds of Africans away from themselves. So, the reality of statue is as a result of ignorance of chi sovereignty, of one's sovereignty. It is still awakening ongoing. The awakening is still coming. And people will still come to that point of realizing that, your chi is not such that you have to position a statue. Obesi is not something that is from Aka or Gachi. It is something that came up in the days and time of Ogaz. These are Ogaz practices. These are Ogaz brought forward. And that is why all of those things goes that way. So using status is not yet the original representation of the energy that you are, the chi that you are. You need not those status in order to connect with your chi. Yes. Because when you present a statue, how can you make it, or the statue you're presenting, you cannot, your chi is a light that has no shape or form. So what statue are you making? Your chi is the divine spark, the divine light. The Ose from Osora, that is the Chukwu. You cannot say this is how it look like. So what shape or form are you making? What statue are you making? So it is all about the ignorance in the era of Ogaz. When man was Mbazibaro, when human were in the state of illusion. So they went with the knowledge of their time. Some haven't upgraded with the current age of Aquarius, the age of knowing. Yes, you see, the age of Aquarius is still, that is Ogam, is still coming. It's just beginning. So, and as the age is beginning, so also people will begin to get into the knowing of, what ought to be and what ought not to be. There are certain things that are going to be dropped, and there are certain things that are going to be focused upon, and that is you. That is this reality. You see, the reality of human that has not been paid attention to. So that Ogazi is past, and we are moving into Ogam, which is the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing, the age of awakening, the age of enlightenment, the age of coming to light with yourself, the age of becoming one with who you are, the divine in you, the divinity in you, the divinity you are, the reality of that unconstitutional essence of love that you are. Okay? So that is it. That is it. That's correct. So people are, as the age of Aquarius continue to open up, because it's just opening. It's just opening. All right? As it continues to open up, in few years to come from now, you will come to realize that certain of those things will begin to diminish. Yes, those things will be diminished. They will be going down. And one will now move away from the status and come into the reality, to this frame, this reality. Because in this body lives the chi. It is this essence of the chi that is the reason I'm talking, you're hearing me. You're talking, I'm hearing you. I can see, you can see. You walk, you talk, you do whatever you do. It is not this body doing it. It is the chi in this body that is doing it. So, and if that chi leaves this body, the body will still be here, but can no longer walk, can no longer move. So this body is that statue that the chi chose to live in. And as it is, you can't take blood and pour upon yourself. Hello. So that is that. Is that correct? Have you gotten it? Are you still there, Prophet Abaka? So is there any other question from any other person so that we can proceed? There are so many things that is going on in Odinala practices that ought not to go on any longer. Oh yes. But it's not going to be overnight that those things are going to stop. It's going to be gradual. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'll be coming live every Sunday morning per week. Then as the case may be. So if there's any more question, you can send us a message on this WhatsApp handle 090-178-18674. 090-178-18674. We still have that number in the title section down below. So this is Chimba Sacred Circle, bringing you this information from the spiritual expression of Nwachiyamereze Oguamalam Spiritual Consciousness Foundation. So we'll be coming live on Chi sovereignty and the real, true, ancient Odinala system as ought to be. If you love the kind of teachings we bring, subscribe to our channel so that we'll be getting the notification whenever we go live or we upload a new video. Oh yes. So, and also we look into spiritual realms and so on, so as to understand. So if you have any spiritual issue, as the case may be, or what you want us to look into with you, so we go through deep alpha consultation reading as well, so as to also dictate issues that has to do with life. So if you need any of those services, you can send us a message on that WhatsApp handle 090-178-18674. We will help you. And we are saying to you today, it is all well with you. Oh yes, you came into this life in order to live a happy, peaceful, joyful, and fulfilled life. And so it will be with you as you awaken and align with your chi. Because awakening and aligning with your chi will bring you to the height of you moving from confusion to real inner knowing. And moving from fear to real love and joy, and also moving from fear to clarity. Certain things that is not clear to you becomes clear as you begin to align with your chi. Udo drege agazielu gị na-eke n'orio na afanankwọ ahịa nọ ụbọchị anọ nke Igbo ji wee biri ya gazie ise. Thank you so much, those of you that join us on this live stream. We appreciate you. Please recommend our channel to other people, your friends, your relatives, and your groups. And we will appreciate as you do so. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. We love you. You say,